Hi guys. So my topic that I chose was abortion, and so um, is there anybody that's pro-choice or pro-life? Does anybody have like a definite standpoint?
I used to be pro-life, like back in high school when I used to think about it, but then once you get older, you kind of have, like, you see, like, because you always think yourself is, like, invincible. You think nothing's going to happen to you, but then once you get put in a situation, it's like, I have two choices. So, like, I'm, like, kind of borderline.
Yeah. So that's exactly what happened with me too. So the 14th Amendment states that no state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of the citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. So basically, this is one of the few things that the government actually lets us make a choice on as of today, because obviously we see on the news that people are fighting for rights, people want this, people want that, but with this specific thing, we're actually allowed to have a choice on whether or not abortion should be legal or not. So let's say, God forbid, that you know somebody that got pregnant after a traumatizing experience, like she got raped or something like that, and didn't want to keep the child, but the government said if you abort the baby, you're gonna be considered a murderer and you'll be put into jail. So that's kind of what would happen if abortion was made illegal. So knowing what I know from the internet and television, and a personal experience that I'll talk about later, I can say like this topic needs to be rest into like the mother herself and in the comfort of her family. That the government shouldn't put their sense into what she's going through. So I think abortion should be legal depending on the circumstances of the mother. So I think that people should look into the circumstances of the mother, meaning if she can take care of the baby. I want to change the perspective that the government should determine without looking into what she's going through. The government should not have the right to say what you should do, what they should do about a mother's unborn child, and banning abortion would not either help because that in case will cause illegal abortions. So the controversy of abortion has been brought up many times in many several talks, including the presidential debate. I believe it was the last presidential debate, and actually it was Hillary Clinton that she was pro-choice, and Donald Trump was pro-life. I agree with some of the things that she said, but some I don't. So Hillary points on saying that the government shouldn't be allowed. She said, I met with women who have, toward the end of their pregnancy, got the worst news one can get, that their health is in jeopardy if they continue to carry to term, or that something terrible has happened or has just been discovered about the pregnancy. I do not think the United States government should be stepping in and making those personal decisions. What she means by this is you can technically take away a child when it's almost about to be born, and that's at the point where I don't agree with her. I feel like that should be determined before maybe the maybe this before like the fourth month of her having a child. That was one of the things I didn't agree with, but I agree that obviously some mothers can't afford to pay for their children and should have the choice. So this whole amendment change came because of the court case Roe versus Wade. Um, Jane Roe was an unmarried and pregnant Texas resident. Texas law made it a felony to abort a fetus unless on medical advice for the purpose of saving another. From this court case, she filed a case with Wade, and they the outcome of the case was they felt that the decision should be made in the privacy of the woman. Also, in cases of rape and incest, the baby would be honestly be a reminder of the trauma. Banning abortions. So research suggests that babies that the babies in case of rape are at a higher risk of neglect and abuse from their mothers for many reasons. Obviously because the mother probably didn't want the baby but had the baby instead. Children grow up very isolated from others. They become very violent themselves towards others. And sometimes this is the worst case scenario. They're known by their family as the child that was cursed at birth. So banning abortion will cause illegal abortions. Yeah. Sorry, I skipped through that really fast. So this was actually from the case Roe versus Wade. Abortion is a woman's right. There were a lot of protests saying that she should win, like she should have her own right to do what she wants. So this was the thing that was really hard to look at. Statistics show I looked up what kind of statistics, but it didn't really give me a specific kind. But it says statistics show that about 49% of pregnancies in the United States are unintended, and these people will be looking for ways to terminate the pregnancies. So if abortion was made illegal, these are some of the ways that women would kill their baby. They would use a hanger, they would shoot their stomachs, they would get punched, they would get pushed. If abortion is legal, it'll cause mothers to do highly dangerous things, which is that. I actually have a personal story. So one of my family members, I actually didn't know this until I was actually doing research for this. She got an abortion 3 times actually, and I was surprised because I was always pro-life, like that's what I kind of grew up with. So she was telling me the story about how she aborted the babies because she couldn't afford them. Like she told me she didn't want to raise a baby like that wouldn't have food, clothes, a place to live. Like she wanted to make sure that she provided a good home for them. And also in my family, we don't believe in adoption, sort of. That's kind of weird to say, but we believe in like natural birth. Actually, like if it comes from you, like it's our child. Not saying that we will go like, oh, you're adopted, you're not a good child, but for us personally, that's what we believe in. So as she was telling me this, like it kind of changed my perspective on like, wow, even my family could do that, and I thought everybody in my family like we're so against that. So with this all being said, banning abortion I feel would cause chaos. It would cause many women to technically kill themselves because of what they would try to do to their baby. So I have explained and provided facts on why I believe abortion should be legal based on a woman's circumstances. It'll cause illegal abortions. Yeah. I believe abortion should be legal based on the circumstances of the woman. It should be a choice that the mother should make. With all these facts on this issue, it's still hard to change people's views on the topic of abortion. However, times are changing. It's not like how it was where the government had a majority say what we do and choose to do with our lives and children.